championship.
And the outside linebacker, watch him come inside, a little stunt like I've talked about all day. He gets home. McCord cannot get enough on that ball.
This would be a backbreaker for Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.
It felt like there was a lot of boring football over the Thanksgiving weekend. But I think there ended up being quite a bit of really, really good football. College and pro, the game, so it's called. Michigan has won its third in a row over the Ohio State University. Ryan Day can't beat them. Alabama escapes Auburn for the second time in 3 years. And Philly beats Buffalo in overtime despite Josh Allen. My goodness, what a football player that guy is. This is interesting to see. I'm back after my little Thanksgiving break. Thanks for sticking around if you have indeed stuck around. A lot of things to discuss. Remember the Greg Popovich thing? If you don't remember the Greg Popovich thing, Greg Popovich grabbed the mic during a game, the public address mic, to tell his hometown fans for the San Antonio Spurs to stop booing Kawhi Leonard when he was taking free throws, which is just something. That being said, the NBA and the NHL are heating up. We'll check in with the NBA a little bit more in depth in a couple of weeks. The NHL, let's just do the NHL thing right now to get it over with. Where things stand at Thanksgiving is essentially where things are going to finish. It feels a little tighter right now just because there are a lot of teams that are pretty reasonable. But in American Thanksgiving is where the NHL usually stands. So for the Eastern Conference, I'm going to list the teams. And then in the Western Conference, I'm going to list the teams. These are the teams that will probably be making the playoffs according to this Thanksgiving thing. Boston, Florida, Detroit, the New York Rangers, Carolina, Philly, Tampa, Toronto, maybe Washington. That's it. Okay, so let's go to the West. Just Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg. That one seems weird. Vegas, LA, Vancouver. Still relevant, St. Louis. You'll notice I did not say Nashville. I did not say Edmonton, so they would have to turn it around. Still plenty of time, but historically very unlikely. In the NBA, it's just all about Boston, but like I said, we'll check in a little bit deeper as the year wears on. It's Thanksgiving for the NHL. It's closer to Christmas for the NBA. They're jockeying for seeding, and again in the NBA, only 4 to 6 teams have a real shot at winning the whole thing, and the Victor Wembanyama thing makes it a little bit more interesting. There are some exciting rookies, and Chet Holmgren was a rookie last year, but now he's finally playing. So I guess does that make him a rookie this year? I don't know. I'm hot and cold on that. The NBA G League isn't real. I think if your first year in the league should be your rookie year from now on. I mean, I used to be on Ben Simmons' side with that, but now I don't think I am. He wasn't a rookie, and he got hurt. He got hurt his rookie year. Okay, so let's go back to American football and something interesting that happened, which was Tom Brady said that he didn't like the level of football that was being played, and Alex Smith responded.
Well, Alex, you've been in his position, retiring and then watching the game from a distance. Do you agree with Tom Brady?
I mean, a lot here, Sam. Listen, first off, let me just preface this. I love Tom, the GOAT. But
you don't need to say that.
But
you need to say it. Just get him.
First off, he hasn't been retired that long. He was just playing. Like, he just won a Super Bowl in the current game.
Sure.
Like, is he discounting that one?
Totally.
And then my biggest complaint with this, and no offense to you guys, well, all three of you guys, he played in the most uncompetitive division, I think, in NFL history. I mean, you come out of training camp, the biggest...
Rex Ryan, of course, coached the Jets.
You got a ticket to the playoffs right away. Like, talk about...
That is very helpful. They did have to win the games. You can't control your schedule, but they did just open the season with just 3 guaranteed wins. Okay, let's do college first now. That was just something I wanted to... Nick Saban escapes the Iron Bowl. Jalen Milroe. Auburn rushed 3 on 4th and 25 from like the 30. Jalen Milroe, the quarterback for Alabama, had all day and hit someone in the back corner of the end zone. And then an Auburn reporter after the game asked Nick Saban about the luck part of this.
Talk about the effect that luck has on this game. If it's ever really luck to us.
Well, you know, y'all like celebrating a kick six. We had the ball 5 times inside the 25-yard line in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and we were ahead by 7 points and never scored a point. Made a field goal, got a penalty, Y'all blocked the next one. Ran the ball to the 7-yard line. Got a personal foul, dead ball personal foul in the end zone. Backed it up. Didn't score. So we've been on both sides of the good fortune and the misfortune. And I got to admit, we had good fortune.
That's him being like, hey, let's pump the brakes on who gets lucky when and where. And I got to agree. With him. Michigan beats Ohio State. Third consecutive victory. They win by 6. Interception after I think it was either pressure on the quarterback or it was tipped, I want to say. Something, and then the Michigan player over the middle, I think it was his safety, just kind of scooped it up off the ground, and Michigan heads to the Big Ten Championship. So next week, Georgia, Alabama, like we all expected, that was locked in. Iowa has been locked in. They'll play Michigan in a game that would just be insanely boring. They should flex that game to Friday so people don't have to pretend to care. And I believe the Pac-12 championship, Washington escaped Washington State on the last-second field goal, which is cool. Yes, the Pac-12 championship will be on Friday. Let's flex that one to Saturday, boys. What the hell? Championship games will be as follows. You can't see all of it. It's kind of cut off there on the screen, but that's okay. I'll tell you. New Mexico State versus Liberty. That's on Friday, I guess. Liberty's undefeated. Oregon, Washington. Oklahoma State, Texas. Which crazy. Good for Oklahoma State, huh? Kind of weird. Miami, Ohio against Toledo. SMU versus Tulane. Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, Iowa, Louisville, Florida State. Florida State undefeated. They escaped Florida. Florida gave them a run for their money. Florida SEC team pretty good ball club. They were okay, but they just weren't consistent, which is kind of an interesting part of this, you know? Okay, let's go through some NFL scores because the NFL situation got really weird. 3 Thanksgiving games. The Lions, Jared Goff, turned the ball over 6 times in those last 2 games. This time they played a team that was not one of the worst in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers, not good, but not great. They can't escape at the very end. Jared Goff allowed a scoop and score where he had an unforced fumble, which is he was bringing the ball up while he was scrambling for 4 yards, needed 8, got 4, then fell and fumbled. It's a real thing that really happened. So the Lions lose to the Packers. The Cowboys dominate the Commanders, apparently to the point where they were screwing around. There was a turkey hidden in the Salvation Army pot, but they were going to eat the turkey when they celebrated, as long as they were up and they were for sure going to win. So they did it. They go up by 21, and then Dak Prescott told the boys, let's just eat it when we go up 38, or when we go up 28, which is what happened. The Niners dummy the Seahawks. The Niners are the best team in the NFL. The Jets throw a 98-yard pick six, which is really interesting. It was a Hail Mary, which I've never seen. And there was a mattress company that was doing a local promotion, I believe, in New York, that said if there's a 98-yard play for a touchdown, we will give away a bunch of shit. And now they're trying to fight the official stats and argue that it was a 99-yard touchdown so they don't have to do that, but they're going to have to do that, which is one of the funnier storylines of that. The Jets are horrible. I fully expect people to be fired soon. The Patriots miss a 30-yard field goal to beat the Giants in the Sad Bowl that featured Danny DeVito. Let's check in with Danny DeVito's parents. They're something else. Look at his family. Just celebrating Italian heritage and culture. Just the DeVito gabagool stuff. Look here. Here's DeVito.
You know, we always called each other good fellas. Like you'd say to somebody, you're going to like this guy. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us.
Here he is after the game.
What would you call it? A high what? A high vibe?
No, that's a high, you know?
A high,
Well, what's the word for it?
There is no word for it.
So everyone's having fun. The Danny DeVito era is going to be remembered by Giants fans as accidentally screwing up their draft pick, which is fun now, but annoying later. They did beat the Patriots. I think that firings are going to start happening soon. Ron Rivera is fired. Bill Belichick may or may not be fired. This will be his last year with the Patriots. Feel confident in that. I also think it's possible that Sean McDermott of the Bills could be fired, and Brandon Staley, who lost last night in the primetime game 20-10 to the Ravens. I think Staley could be fired as early as this Monday. Monday Night Football tonight, the Bears and the Vikings. A lot of storylines we haven't gone through, but we'll hit it more. I'm going to slow some of this down for the week because we've got to catch up on stuff. Bears-Vikings tonight. Bears trying to lose for playoff position. Vikings trying to win because they are suddenly After being just a fun upstart team, suddenly in the conversation for the division, the Lions 8-3, the Vikings 6-5. If they win, they're 7-5, and only a game and a half back of Detroit. They play each other 2 times in the last 3 weeks of the season. Detroit's playoff hopes are pretty strong, but their odds of winning the division continue to go down as they screw around. The Falcons win an ugly game. The NFC South is a joke. Of course, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And the Eagles last night with their victory over the Bills are the first team in the 2023 season to secure a playoff berth. Lots more to catch up on our week hiatus from Thanksgiving. As you can tell, I'm a smidge under the weather, but thank God for the cough button. All right, back and better than ever tomorrow.